in Rick's Corner. I have my little statue here that I got from Leroy Colbert when he had his health food store. I want to mention to all of you who don't know Leroy, he was the first black man to ever be on the cover of Muscle and Fitness magazine with a 21.5-inch natural arm. He's now in his 80s, he lives in Nevada, he's in the ICU in his hospital right now, he's not doing well at all. So my prayers go out to him. He's a really good guy, very knowledgeable and a lot of fun to be around. I hate to see something happen to him, so this will always remind me of him. I want to talk about tendon tears because they're very, very common. I know a lot of you guys have explained to me that your chest hurts, your pec hurts, your tricep, your quads. I mean, these tears happen, and they're happening more and more and more with people on drugs and going heavy with weights because your muscles strengthen your tendons and they can handle the weight, but the tendons can't, so they begin to snap. I want to go back in time a little bit. This has nothing to do with a tendon tear, but I was working outside and I had cut 3 of my fingers off outside with an accident. I go to the hospital, they sew 2 of them back on, the 3rd one they can, they put pins in it, and so first thing that went through my head is I'm not going to be able to train tomorrow, just like all of us, you know, how do you miss the workout? So I went to the gym with this mitt, you'll see in the picture there, and I found a way to train with wrist wraps and doing all I could do, and the reason I'm telling you this is because mentally your body will tell you how to go. You'll be able to overcome anything. I went to the gym every day and my fingers healed up and I was fine. They pulled the pins out and they healed up and they've been fine ever since. Going to the gym helped me. Well, a year later, since I was on Cipro for my fingers, I found out the Cipro causes tendon tears. So I had gone to a wrestling show. I was working with a guy. He fell on me. I did an arm drag and I tore my right quad off my leg. We had 7 minutes to go in the match. I told him, take my leg and beat it up and I'll sell it and I'll just do whatever I can. I can't walk. Finally, I got into the ring with one leg, rolled him up, pinned him, went to the dressing room, looked at it. I could see there was a divot in the muscle. Something wasn't right. So I duct taped it, as we all do as wrestlers, and I went home. I iced it on the way home, stopped at a Denny's, had something to eat, and the leg started to swell. Between the swelling and the duct tape, I was able to walk stiff-legged on one leg. I went to the gym the next day and I worked this leg. Just because I wanted to work legs, I had to work my other leg. I come home, I probably overworked it. I walked out my back door and fell and ripped my left quad. Now both of them are down. I didn't know what to do. I had to get a wheelchair just to get around the house. I go to the doctor a day later. He looks at me and he says, let me see you walk across the room. I stiff-legged across the room. Sit down, raise your legs. I couldn't. He says, you got both quads are ruptured. We got to put them back together in the next 2 days or you'll never walk again because otherwise they're going to atrophy and they just never be the same. I go to the hospital. He does the surgery. You can see the staples. I was pretty bad shape there, leg-wise. I decided that they gave me leg braces. I had to sit backseat of a car with straight legs. I couldn't bend them at all for 6 weeks or they'd rip again. People would drive me around. I got tired of being driven around. I had a big Lincoln Town car. I got in the car, took a walker, I loosened my leg brace. I could use the gas and the brake, and I drove myself to the gym. That's stubborn as I am. And I got on my walker and I went around the gym and I did everything I could upper body. People would say, why aren't you home relaxing? I said, because I can't. I need to be in here. It helps me mentally. Sure enough, I healed in half the time because I was able to train. My routine was the same. I went to Starbucks. I had lunch. Nothing changed my daily routine where I was sitting home doing nothing. Because of that, my attitude was good and I was able to heal. And I'm telling you guys this for a reason. No matter what your injury is, you can always work around it somehow. Well, 3 months later, I was healed up. I'm working legs. All of a sudden, I feel a red hot spot. And I see it in my knee. It's hot and it's red and it's starting to hurt. And my foot's starting to hurt really bad. I'm starting to feel nauseated. Some lady sees and she says, you have an infection, you should go to the doctor. Well, okay, I'll go tomorrow. I come home that night, I can hardly move. I get up the next morning, I go in the bathroom, sit down on the toilet, my knee explodes. It opens up and there's fluid everywhere, hot fluid, foaming, if you can imagine that. My son comes in, he gives me a towel, takes me to the doctor, said, you have staph infection, bad. You need to take care of this today, you could die by tomorrow. It's going to spread through your body and that's the end of you. So they packed it with gauze, gave me antibiotics, heavy dosages of it. I came home. Little by little, it's starting to heal up. I go back to the gym again. Of course, it's oozing through the gauze into my pant leg, but I wasn't going to stay home. It finally healed up. It created a hole in my knee. As you see here, it's ugly to look at, but that hole went all the way to the bone, 2 holes. So it's like a flesh-eating virus. Finally healed up. Knee has never been the same. The patella tendon's always sore. It doesn't function like it did. I got back into squatting and doing everything I was doing. And then years later, I find out that I need a knee replacement, so now I can't squat. On that right leg, especially the knee, this bone-on-bone has shifted. You can see here in the x-ray. So these injuries do happen over the years. Prior to that, probably several years prior to that, I was training up at Northridge Golds, doing 65-pound decline triceps. And I ripped my tricep off my elbow. I had sore elbows, and I'm sure you guys had the same thing. I hear this a lot, oh, my elbows are killing me. I can't do tricep, I can't lean on my arm. Every time I get in my car, I'd hit it on the handbrake. So I got the cortisone, it helped heal, but what it did over a period of years, it ate up the tendon. So when I did the declines, it snapped my tendon off my arm. Not knowing that, I went to the hospital and they said, you have a sprain. I said, no, it feels different than that. I waited too long, they couldn't reattach the tendon, so now I've got a flat tricep because of that. I worked around it, I'm back up, I could do 100-pound dumbbell presses again, even with that, but it was odd. It just felt odd, it looks odd, it's not pretty, and now I've got missing fingers and I got a torn tricep. I feel like a cockroach that somebody ran over and stepped on. However, I worked around it, and you can work around anything if you really want to. Your mind tells your body what to do, as I said, and so it's a mental thing. You don't sit and feel sorry for yourself, you go to the gym, keep going forward, and do what you can do, and you'll heal up eventually. I've had numerous injuries from wrestling. I've had numerous cortisone shots in parts of my body. My shoulders kill me, just kill me at night when I sleep, when I roll side to side. Still work shoulders. Getting in the car, shutting the door, putting on a seatbelt's a pain in the ass. These things happen. My left hip hurts now from my right knee being sore. I hate to complain to you, but this happens in time. And a lot of us due to training, and a lot of us due to wrestling. The two together pretty much tear you up. So my advice to you is watch your training. Don't train heavy where you're straining like this, because you're going to rip something, and I hate to see that happen. A friend of mine has a sore pec. It's ready to go. I said, lay off the benches. He said, I don't want to. I said, no, lay off the benches. You're going to rip that pec and wish that you hadn't listened to me at some point, and you'll be fine. So watch your training. Don't train so heavy. If you have something that bothers you, go to the doctor. Have him look at it. If he says ease up on a certain exercise, do it, because it's only going to get worse as time goes on and as you get older. And then later on, arthritis sets in the joints. I knew this as a kid. What the hell is arthritis? Now I got it, and it hurts. All right, that's my tip to you. Thank you for watching Rick's Corner. I'm having more guests come up all the time. I'm doing all I can to get guys like, I can't get Dave Draper. He doesn't want to do interviews. Lou told me he would. Tom Platz won't do it for whatever reason. Frank Zane I've called several times. He hasn't called me back. So I do put it out there for these guys if they don't want to do it. So that's the way it goes. Stay tuned next time, and I'll bring you some new stuff. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because you'll get it automatically with all the updates. Thanks for watching.
Drasin.com. He is the equalizer, baby. See you next time.